Welcome back everybody to Forza Horizon 4, and today we're going to be doing the seasonal championship Vuhl in the city, which is S2 class extreme track choice, and yeah, we're going to be winning the Vuhl 05RR, which is a bit of a sad occasion really, because that is going to be the last car to be added to this game until forever actually, because obviously Forza Horizon 5 has been announced. That is coming out later to this year, so yeah, Playground Games are winding down support for this game. So yeah, it's a little bit of a sad moment really, because obviously we've been playing this game since late 2018. We've had so many cars added to this game via the festival playlist, and yeah, this is going to be the last one that we're getting. Does kind of make sense for it to be the last car to be added to this game, because it is a Mexican vehicle, and obviously Forza Horizon 5 is being set in Mexico. So yeah, kind of makes sense. It's a bittersweet moment though, because even though I do rather like the car, it's yeah, the last car ever added to this game, and obviously I've done hundreds of videos on this game, and yeah, enjoyed pretty much every moment of it. So yeah, a bit of a sad moment, but let's get on with the championship regardless, see what races we're going to be doing.
Championship at Horizon in summer. What more could you want?
And see what cars we can get in as well. So yeah, we've got the choice of an Apollo, Intenza and Mozioni. We've got a brace of Aston Martins, although the Vulcan is basically this, the AMF Pro is basically the same as the standard one. Then we've got the Beati Divo, a few Ferraris, the Formula Drift vehicles, the Hoonigan vehicles, a couple of Koenigseggs, a couple of Lamborghinis, Lego cars, same Maserati basically, the Mosler MT900S, Nissan GTR, Gani Zonda, both of them are Forza editions. I don't really use Forza editions to be honest. And then the Radical, and then the Ultima. So yeah, I think we'll go for a car I really rather like driving, and where is it gone? Yeah, we'll go for the Sesto Elemento. It's a car I really rather like driving. I love the look of it and the whole design ethos behind it, of barely having anything on it while having a load of carbon fibre as well, is really good. And as you can see, 2,202 pounds in weight, and yet it has nearly 600 horsepower from its V10 engine. So yeah, let's get in it. So yeah, I will be winding my own time on this game down as well, in conjunction with obviously the festival playlist having its support dropped. So yeah, I will obviously do the odd championship if there are future cars that we've not raced before. And yeah, I will still be reviewing cars as well, although I will be picking and choosing specifically, and not just picking what I think is more popular, purely because again, well, with Forza Horizon 5 coming out, I would obviously rather review a car on that game. But yeah, obviously not every car on this game is going to be added on to Forza Horizon 5. If it is, then yeah, I'd be highly surprised, but yeah, still, I am going to review some cars, especially the ones that I've been itching to review. But again, there's not that many of those that are to review. So yeah, overall, yeah, going to be a lot less videos for the next few months regardless, because yeah, this game has taken up a huge chunk of my time and a space on the channel, as obviously every week we've had at least something to do, either via the festival playlist or something has been added to the game. We obviously had the 2 expansions, we had the whole car pass to run through. We've had, you know, additions to the game via the businesses, and then obviously we had the Super 7 stuff. So yeah, it's been a great game this overall. I've loved all the stuff they've added to it, but I've also loved the fact that they've had so many cars that we've never seen in a Forza game before, especially the British kind. We've obviously had the likes of the Rover SD1, the Austin FX4 Taxi, Triumph vehicles that we've never seen before, all sorts really. So yeah, didn't particularly get a well good place there, but 4th place is still decent enough. Gives us a nice handy 12 points. But yeah, basically I could talk for hours about what we are going to be doing and what I'm looking forward to about the next game, and obviously what I've enjoyed about this game. But yeah, we have plenty of time to do that in other videos. So yeah, let's get on to the second race and see what happens. So this is a handling circuit, this one. It's a bit more tight and twisty, which probably should have been the Lamborghini Sesto Elemento's better option. Obviously I didn't know that what the track was, so yeah, that's just the way it goes sometimes. You pick the wrong car for the wrong track and you end up losing out. So yeah, I think we'll go for the yeah, we'll go for the Mosler. It's not got as much power as the Sesto Elemento, and it's certainly a bit heavier, but the handling and the fact it's not all-wheel drive should give it an edge, because obviously all-wheel drive does make the car understeer at times, whereas this is just only rear-wheel drive, and it's got that big wing as well, so yeah, I'm hoping good things from this. But like I said, it is quite a tight circuit, this. Even though it is heavier, it does feel a bit more agile than the Sesto Elemento because it doesn't have all-wheel drive. So yeah, I am a bit sad that this game has come to an end, but it was inevitable really that, you know, this game would be replaced. I have no doubt in my mind that plenty of people will still enjoy playing this game. All power to you really, because there is still plenty to enjoy about this game, but yeah, when a game's, you know, stopped being updated, stopped having stuff added to it, it does feel like it's got a much shorter lifespan, and at the end of the day I have hardly not played this game. I have, like I said, done hundreds of videos on this, reviewed many cars, raced many hours, many miles, raced so many different vehicles as well, around every track several dozen times at least. So yeah, I think I've got more than enough out of this game, so as it is. So yeah, really am looking forward to Forza Horizon 5, especially in terms of the vehicles that they're going to add. Gameplay wise, it doesn't look like it's been radically altered to this. It doesn't look like, you know, the physics or, you know, damage or anything like that has been massively uprated, but I do like the fact that we've got a in the moment weather that's changed a bit more. It's not just, you know, rain and clouds and, you know, day and night cycle, but we've also got looks like sandstorms as well. Should offer up some fun racing. But yeah, I don't know, with previous games in the Forza Horizon series, obviously we've been set in certain areas of the world that have a great deep car culture. Obviously in Forza Horizon 3 we're in Australia, and obviously Australia has its really deep-rooted car culture, and then obviously being set in Britain in this one, again, deep-rooted car culture. Then in America in the first game, again another deep-rooted car culture, and then yeah, in Italy and Europe for the second game. I think it was the second game where yeah, again, deep-rooted car culture. So even though Mexico in terms of the landscapes and the terrains and the environments and everything are going to be interesting and certainly the most versatile in a game yet, I am kind of worried about the kind of cars that they're going to be adding to it, because like I said, I don't know much about, there's not many Mexican built cars out there. We have the Vuhl, we have the car that was mocked on Top Gear, that slips my mind, but outside of those two I'm really struggling to think of other cars. Obviously I'm not, you know, completely clued up on those kind of vehicles, so yeah, my ignorance is probably giving me a blind spot right now, but yeah, I wouldn't say Mexico's particularly known for its car culture, but then again, many versions of cars or many car companies have made cars specifically for the likes of Mexico and South America, so maybe there's going to be a whole bunch of cars that we've never even heard of or never even seen on a Forza game before that will be added. But regardless, yeah, we've moved up to third position now. We're only 2 points behind first and second, so yeah, a win should seal the deal for this championship. But nonetheless, let's get there and see what happens. So this is a point-to-point race, so we're going to bring out the big guns for this one. I'm going to get in the Koenigsegg Jesko. It's got really good handling and braking, but stupid amounts of acceleration and speed. Because, yeah, 1280 horsepower is hard to argue with, so let's get in it. Now, when I talk about Mexico car culture, obviously that isn't going to be the only thing about the game, because obviously even with this game, set in Britain, we've not solely had British cars, so yeah, and obviously in the trailer we saw plenty of vehicles that aren't, you know, made in Mexico or Mexican cars. It's in the Porsche Taycan, the new Land Rover Defender, a couple of other vehicles that set my mind right now, but either way, we should get a whole host of new vehicles from 2020, 2021, so hopefully even further into the next couple of years of the game's release. So yeah, either way, I am highly looking forward to it. I just hope that, you know, it doesn't completely replicate what's been done in this game and previous Forza games, to be honest. So I hope there's at least enough different about it. And hopefully some old favourites return to the game as well. Still plenty of cars from like Forza Motorsport 4 that have yet to be introduced into a new Forza game. Obviously that changed with this game a little bit, you know. We've got some Forza Motorsport 4 returnees, but there's still plenty more out there that I'd love to see. And hopefully with it being set in Mexico, which, you know, isn't completely devoid of, you know, muscle cars or American domestics, we get some of those cars that have been long devoid of being on a Forza game from Forza Motorsport 4, because they had a great series of American cars from the 50s, 60s and even the 70s, so yeah, I'd love to see those. It's probably just me, but I really am desperate to have the likes of the Ford Pinto and the Chevrolet Corvair make a return, because they've not been on a Forza game for a long time. Forza Motorsport 4 in fact was the last time they were in a Forza game, so I think the Corvair anyway. I know the Pinto hasn't been in the game since Forza Motorsport 4, but either way, they need to make a return. Damn, we need to get past this Porsche. Come on, yes! My does let go. That should seal us a win for the championship and get us a car. Yep. Right, we'll take a quick look at the car, because yeah, I have done a review of it on Forza Motorsport 7, but we'll just take a quick look at it on here, and then you might see it in a Extreme Off-Road Silly Build episode, or how fast will it go, depending on what it can be done to it in terms of upgrades. But yeah, the final car we'll ever win on this game that hasn't been added already. So yeah, a bit of a sad day really. Like I said, it's been a long time coming, and yeah, at least the new Forza Horizon games mean that we are at least you know, supplemented until Forza Motorsport 8 comes along, whenever that will be. Because yeah, we were expecting it to be out this year, but maybe coronavirus and other things have delayed it, but whatever. Yeah, so yeah, Vuhl. This is the only Vuhl car that we've ever had. I'm not sure if they do any other cars, but yeah, 385 horsepower, 368 pounds-feet of torque from a 2.3 litre inline 4 turbocharged Ford engine. It's the EcoBoost engine, and it only weighs 1,598 pounds, so not very much at all. And as a result, launch, braking and handling are superb. Acceleration is pretty good. Top speed is obviously not quite as good because it's got that big rear wing and it doesn't have 400 horsepower, so yeah, big rear wing and a lack of power really is obviously going to harm it. But yeah, still a cracking car in terms of, you know, track vehicles in general. It is nice to have it in an open world game as well. Driven it plenty of times around the track on Forza Motorsport 7. It's a little bit weird having it in a road car game, but regardless, it's quick, and yeah, it's really rather twitchy and nervy with the handling, so yeah, you have to get really used to that. You don't have to make big movements with this. The small light touches will do. And yeah, cracking little vehicle really. Let's just take a look at the stats in Tune Car. So yeah, 0 to 60 in 2.7 seconds, 0 to 105.7 seconds, and going to top speed 177. So yeah, ludicrously quick in that regard, and we'll just take a quick look at it in the Auto Vista just for your showing, considering it is the final vehicle to be added to this game. So yeah, no doors, no windscreen, no roof obviously. And you have to take the entire thing off to look at the engine, but yeah, it's not a particularly interesting engine, being just a normal inline 4 Ford engine, but yeah, It's got more power in it than a Ford Focus RS while weighing about half as much. So yeah, that just really does sum it up, really, to be honest. But yeah, there we go. The final car to ever be added to the Forza Horizon 4, or this Forza Horizon 4, or this Forza Horizon game even. And yeah, like I said, bit of a sad day, but inevitable at the end of when it comes down to it. So yeah, thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.